Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Today I got a Solana video for you guys. Just wanted to cover a few updates with Solana and to go over some things that I think everyone needs to be aware of with what's going on with the project. So I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. All right guys, let's jump into it. All right, Solana still around $24. It's been down a little bit. It was up to just over $25 over the past 24 hours here as of this recording. I'm recording this on the 15th. So it hit just over $25, got rejected and came back down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what Solana does from this price point. And it also depends on if we get a September correction or not. That may have an impact on the price of all the altcoins. So September is typically a very red month for crypto, so we'll just have to kind of see how that plays out. We're in the middle of August now, so depend on what it's going to do. But Bitcoin controls the herd, so if Bitcoin jumps up to 32, 35,000, it's going to pull everything up with it. And if it comes down to 28, 25,000 or something, it's going to bring everything way down with it. So alts also bleed really hard to Bitcoin if it has a correction. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. What I wanted to cover here in this video is Solana cut the price of its Saga phone by 40% 4 months after its launch. Now, a lot of people are really upset over this because they've paid, like the first 2,000 people paid full price of $1,000 for the phone. So they're pretty upset by it. But, it's pretty typical for most manufacturers to, after an initial launch, to bring the price of the phones down. So, it happens all the time at your everyday retail store. If you buy a phone at T-Mobile or Verizon, you're going to pay like over $1,000 for a premium phone, and you're going to be usually doing a payment plan. So people aren't really noticing it as much because they're on a payment plan. And a lot of them will give them like a deal, if you credit your current phone in and stuff like that. So, people can be upset about this, but I'll go over what's talking about in this article here because there were some benefits to the people who got the original phone that can make up for that difference in price. So the Android-based Solana Saga has been seen a significant price reduction in it from its iPhone-like starting price of $1,000 down to $599. Now they say iPhone price, but really, your Samsung premium phones like your Ultras, they're all over $1,000 for the most part. A lot of them are $1,200 to $1,400 for the premium Samsung Ultras. So, it's not just Apple that has expensive phones. I think $1,000 for this phone, and I compared it to other models of Samsung, it's pretty on par with what the specs were for a lot of the Samsung phones. So, Solana Mobile and a subsidiary of Solana Labs announced news via Twitter on Wednesday. The company said the $400 cut is the next step to get wider adoption of mobile Web3 and continue to improve the experience for the Solana mobile community. And they're saying, this article says, the numbers tell a slightly different story because the numbers of the phone sales are down, but that's pretty typical. Usually on a launch, especially something that's been hyped like this, people want to get the first crypto phone out there, and so the launch is always going to have the highest amount of sales, and then it's going to come down after that. And that's why a lot of these manufacturers reduce their cost to their phones after a while. Emmett Hollier, the head of business operations of Solana Mobile, told Blockworks, that's who did this article, blockworks.co, that the price cuts like this are standard in the industry. Implementing a price reduction several months after launch is common practice in the consumer electronics business, particularly with smartphones. A lower price will accelerate adoption, he added. Twitter users who say they purchased the Saga at the $1,000 price point voiced their frustration with Solana's decision. And then it said here, in April, we introduced Solana with a clear vision, and they're driving the Web3 future today, reducing the price of Saga to $599. And so it was about 4 months ago when they launched this, and people were kind of upset, like I said. But others argued that early owners of the phone were able to mint an exclusive NFT for Claynosaurs, and the floor price for one of these collectibles on Magic Eden currently is at 33 Solana, which equates to over $800. So that's more than double of the price difference that they paid for it. So they could, technically sell that NFT and double the price difference to get about $800 of it, or 33 Solana, and then they could hold that Solana to the bull run, and that could be worth several $1,000s. This just kind of covers both aspects of it, the pros and cons of this. It is a good thing that they reduced the phone so more people can use it and adopt the technology. Solana's the first crypto project to really do anything like this, really, and to have a high quality phone come out. So I think the $600 price point is a good price point for this phone, and it offers a lot of technology for those who want it. And maybe, who knows, they may be coming out with other versions of this phone in the future, and they may even have further sales this year, like they could have some kind of Christmas or Black Friday sale. So just kind of watch out for that. And there's always two sides to each story. Everyone's always going to be upset when they paid more for something and then a price cut comes out later. But they did wait 4 months to do this, so I think that's fair for them to do that. Another thing I wanted to cover here is they're talking about a tokenized Bitcoin on Solana. And it says Bitcoin is the most popular crypto on the planet, which everyone knows that, has become central to the industry. And they're talking about what is tokenized crypto. You can put a native Bitcoin in a hardware wallet or in a software wallet or send it to someone, but it's limited in how it can be used by smart contracts. Even with the Lightning Network, a layer 2 protocol built on top of the Bitcoin network to expedite smaller transactions. When someone mints TBTC and Solana, they send Bitcoin to be wrapped, which involves a process of decentralized review. It's held in a custody wallet and validated by at least 51 out of 100 people operating the nodes on the threshold network that review and agree the crypto that you sent is correct and authentic. You can then mint the same number of Bitcoin that you wrapped, but in TBTC, which can be used on Solana blockchain. The TBTC therefore serves as a receipt that allows you to prove that you have a certain number of Bitcoin. If you want your Bitcoin back, simply trade it with TBTC. After 51 of 100 validators sign off, you can claim your original Bitcoin. It's not a single party going bankrupt, and you can't get your money or a single party walking off. So 51 people have tried to be actively malicious to prevent you from getting your money back when you want it. So they're trying to make it as secure as possible for people to do this, but they're asking, well, why is this even useful? The original Bitcoin remains hardest to use. Luongo, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the CEO of Thesis, he was behind the studio behind Threshold Network. Bitcoin by itself is not that useful. Lightning has been limited. Tools like Solana and some of these other layer 2s in the ecosystem are alternatives to Lightning. They're alternatives to scaling Bitcoin. So more adoption for Solana. If you want to take out a loan against your Bitcoin, you often have to turn to a centralized lenders like BlockFi. Pointed out that he believes WBTC is less safe than TBTC because it involves crypto being held by a single custodian instead of a wallet controlled with a series of validators like TBTC. So that is true. You don't want your any exchange having custody of your Bitcoin, even if you're loaning it out. Apart from Solana, Threshold has launched TBTC on other blockchains: Ethereum, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Polygon. And the current supply is about $29 million across all blockchains. Solana has been rebuilding its credibility after taking a hit last year because of associations with Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX and Alameda Research, which declared bankruptcy in November, and that really hurt Solana when they did that. But just another option out there for people to launch, and do Bitcoin on Solana. So I just wanted to share that with people because I've seen a few articles mention this. So this is on Yahoo.com Finance, so I'll add the link in the description as well. So I still think Solana at $24 is a good deal because I think Solana is going to get between $250 and $400 in the next bull run. So that's still more than a 10x from here. It could even go higher. That's a possibility, but my guesstimate is somewhere between $250 and $400. So I think $23 to $24 is still a great buy for Solana. And remember, we could get a dip in September or even later this year, and even possibly right after the halving. Sometimes we have a dip, so we could have a dip next year before we take off into the bull run. Just really hard to say what's going to happen with all these Bitcoin ETFs and with the Fed. They're wanting to finally, maybe cut interest rates next year in the second quarter. They're talking about, so that could have some impact on the crypto markets as well. So we'll kind of play it by ear, but if we do get a big dip on Solana, maybe you grab some for your portfolio if that's something that you're looking to add. I definitely have quite a bit for mine, and I may add more. And if it gets down to, under that, $15 or lower range, I'm definitely adding more to my portfolio. So I do have the free Telegram group, guys, in the description of the video if you want to jump in there. Or I also have the membership-based Discord group that's only $9.99 a month, and that's for people who really want to work closely with me on building their portfolios and sharing all different trade ideas and researching cryptos together, and lots of other benefits as well. So you can check that out. It does have a 7-day free trial, so you can check it out for a week for free, and if you want to cancel, you can go ahead and cancel at any time. So I'd appreciate if you take a look at that. It really helps support my channel and help support my family as well. So that's pretty much all I've got for this video, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.